All right, hey everyone. So, next big project, it is finally time to get some paint on this thing. Um, so I've been driving it for actually it's been a couple of years now. Just kind of off and on street, a little bit of track time, and just really trying to work out the kinks, make sure nothing's going to fall apart, catch fire, break, whatever. And for the most part, it's been pretty solid. Like I said, now I want to get the paint done, and that's something that I don't have the skill or patience to do. So the one thing on this thing that I'm gonna farm out, I found a shop here just south of Austin that's gonna get some paint on it. Since it's a track and street car, I am not going crazy with $20,000 paint job or anything weird like that. So just gonna get pretty basic. Things like getting the mold lines sanded down, clean up some of the ripples in the body. You can see some of the panels out of alignment, and there's some dips here and there, and stress cracks, things like that. Anywho, to get it ready for that, and try to keep the cost down, I'm going to do all the disassembly myself. That way, I can just drop off the center section of the car, and the door panels and front and rear clips separately, so they can just work on those. So that's what I'm starting to do right now. Obviously, I've got it up on the lift, and we're going to start off with doing some of the trimming, you can see these lines here that I've cut out for vents around the lights. Smoothing those out. I'm going to remove this piece of the back, actually, just because I want to clean those up. Start disassembling the lights, hinges, things like that. So I'm going to get going on that. Okay, so we're back with getting the car ready to go get paint. So as you can probably see, I've stripped out pretty much everything, all the trim, so things like the body alignment pins, the locking pins for the front and rear clips. I've trimmed out all of the vents how I want them, so that the paint shop will do kind of a final sand and prep before they paint them, obviously. But let's see, inner fenders are all removed, floor pans removed, the side splitters, and the front splitter, as well as the canards. Those are all off. Headlights are out. I may or may not pop those out. Those are just siliconed in. The marker lamps, like I said, headlights and all that stuff are gone. Doors are obviously off, including all the hardware. Excuse me. And like I said, everything's final trimmed. I've got the interior out as well. I decided to. I finally broke down and ordered full carbon fiber dash and header panel, just after looking at costs and effort on getting those things, the fiberglass ones, wrapped. At the end of the day, the carbon's just lighter, cheaper, easier, and I think it'll look really good. So we'll do that when it comes. I've got the shifter out because that's one of my projects while the car is at paint is I'm going to try building a new shifter. That'll be a different video, just because I don't really like the shifter that it's got. So, the vents are out. So next step is I just have to get it down finally off the lift and onto the trailer tomorrow morning so you can get into the paint shop. And another, while I was in their project, so this is just one of the rear shocks. Previously I had for bump stop, I just had a polyurethane 2-inch bump stop. What I noticed at the track was the polyurethane was just getting squashed in hard turns. So I picked up some bump springs. These particular ones are from PAC, but a bunch of different places sell them. And put bump springs on the front and the rear. They look the same. So the idea being, once there's still obviously normal suspension travel, but once it hits that, the spring rate increases. These are actually 1,400 pound. They don't look like it, but they are. So these are what are those, 850 on the rear. So basically, once it hits the bump stop, the spring rate increases dramatically to keep it flatter. Because I was having some issues with it rolling a bit. Since I don't have a sway bar, and also the tire was getting up into the wheel well and hitting the fender. So hopefully that'll stop that. So yeah, that's about it for now. So we'll take it from there. Okay, so update on the paint process. Probably goes without saying that there's paint on the car now. And my wife and I actually just took the trailer down today and picked up the car. There's so doors aren't on it. Their doors are actually sitting on the carpeted floor in my office because my garage is a complete pit right now, and I didn't want to didn't want them kind of floating around here and scratching up. So the color that I went with is obviously a dark gray. The lighting in here kind of isn't ideal, but it's a C7 Corvette dark gray color. I forget the specific name of it, but it's like 2017-ish, and a few years in there that they used on the Corvettes, because I'm still a Corvette guy at heart. And I just thought it was kind of a good color, because it's all personal preference, obviously, but this thing attracts so much attention even when it was in just in gel coat. I didn't want to go with like a flashy, bright color. It would look really cool, but that's just not me. And I figure I can always add some vinyl wrap graphics and things like that if I ever wanted to down the road. So this gives me a good base to start with. There's obviously I've got all the reassembly to do. The front and rear clip are just kind of bolted in place, literally just to get it transported. So I've got to do all the alignment pins, the glass, lights, wiring, gas cap, all that kind of fun stuff. Mirrors, blah 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 blah. So all that stuff needs to go on. And obviously the interior. Overall, reasonably happy with the paint job. The shop that I went with is a pretty low dollar shop. Definitely better than like a Mako or whatever. But since it's not a show car, it's a street legal track car. I'm gonna scuff it. I'm gonna do, it's gonna get dings and stuff like that. You could easily spend 15-20 grand on a paint job, and that's just not where I wanted to put my money. So it was much less than that to get this painted. So considering how much I paid for it, I think they did a really good job. Some of the bubbles in the clear coat and stuff like that. Once I get it back together, they're gonna buff all that stuff out and do any minor repairs and things like that on it. So yeah. Next step is get it back up in the air and start assembling. Paint is finally done. Car's back together.
dash plate, header panels all in. Still have to carpet the tub, but that's about it.